I used to be a rolling stone, you know, if the cause is right.
Good morning, lenders and investors. My name is Jay Weir, and I am with the Philadelphia Freedom Advisory Group. Our group scours the Philadelphia area looking for properties that are prime for lending and investment opportunities. And today we found a property for you. This property is a 10-unit, 4-story luxury apartment building in the Francisville neighborhood of Philadelphia. This has high-end finishing touches like you would see in a condo apartment, not a regular apartment. So let's jump in and discuss those details that will have you salivating by the end of this presentation. So first, let's start with a basic property summary. As I said before, this is a 10-unit apartment complex. It's 4 stories tall in the Francisville neighborhood. The offering price is $3.4 million. This is a new building. It was finished in 2016, so there should be very little maintenance in terms of the actual building. The current occupancy of the units is 80%. However, we believe that with the right management and investors that we should be able to accomplish a 95% occupancy rate for the foreseeable future. So you're probably asking yourself, what makes this property unique? And the first thing is the location. The location is less than a quarter mile away from the Philadelphia public transportation system, which can bring you into the heart of Philadelphia. There's also a 360-degree roof deck, which is unique to the area. This will allow you to relax on the roof of the apartments and overlook the skyline of Philadelphia day or night. There's also another unique feature in that it's the only apartment complex that has a pool in the area. Inside the unit, we have an in-unit washer dryer, which is almost a must-have these days. We have quartz countertops, we have stainless steel appliances, we have vaulted ceilings, and we have an RFID entrance system for the convenience of the tenant. So now that we've talked about what makes the building great, let's talk about what makes the location and the neighborhood great. The Francisville neighborhood is experiencing a rejuvenation or gentrification process, and you can see that all the buildings, instead of rehabbing them, everybody is opting for new construction, which will raise the value and perception of the entire neighborhood. You're seeing college students from Temple University move into this neighborhood because of its great location, its accessibility to downtown Philadelphia, less than 2 miles away by bus or by train or by car. You're also seeing that it's located at the intersection of major highways, so you can access the airport, you can access entertainment such as the sports teams, you can also access the historical archives. I mean, this is a lot of stuff packed into a neighborhood that is on the rise. With this neighborhood being on the rise like it is, there's been several apartment complexes finished within the last 5 years. So we did a comparison with 6 of those apartment complexes, and what we found is that even though we offer these luxury finishes such as those quartz countertops, those stainless steel appliances, the roof deck and the pool, which are unique to our property, we found that we're just barely above the average rent in the area. So for a 2-bedroom apartment, we're about $90 a month more, or for a 3-bedroom apartment, we're about $300 a month more, which is about 15% more. So while we are a little bit more expensive than the average, we're not pricing ourselves out of that Temple University student or that young professional who's trying to start their career in Philadelphia. They can still afford to live in our property and enjoy those luxury touches. So when we were researching this opportunity, we also researched the sales comps in Philadelphia. And what we found is that this property is right on par for price per unit as far as how new it is and where it's located. You can see that a lot of the buildings, a lot of the properties that are being offered are 50 to 100 years old. That means that they're gonna have to go through extensive rehab, or you're gonna have to put some effort into them to make them work. These 2016 buildings, as you can see, there's another one on here, that you're gonna pay a little bit of a premium for them. But if you look at the price per unit, this property is well within the range, the price per unit range of other properties that have been sold in the Philadelphia area. So now we're going to turn from the property itself to the financial aspect of this offering. And so what we want to do is lay out the assumptions that we've made here for you so you can understand our thinking as we present this offer to you. So as we said, the total project costs $3.4 million. We're looking to hold this property for 5 years and then sell it. We're anticipating, as we stated before, a 95% occupancy rate or a 5% vacancy rate. And we'd like our lender to offer us a loan at 4.25% with an amortization period of 30 years. And this interest rate is a little bit higher than market value, and we'll get into that a little bit later, why we're willing to pay that premium. We're also going to assume that we can increase our rent, but also our expenses will increase at 3.78% each year. And our market cap rate over the term of this investment will shift from an initial rate of 5.24% to 5.74% when we sell the property in the beginning of year 6. So from a very high level, what we're looking for is 75% debt financing, 20% investor equity, and 5% entrepreneur equity. We anticipate that with these numbers and the rates that we've laid out, as well as our net operating income, that by the end of the year 5, we will be able to achieve a gain of almost $658,000 on this property and investment. So to translate those percentages into real dollar figures so we can accomplish our goal of purchasing this property for $3.4 million, we are looking for financing of $2.55 million at 4.25% interest. We're looking at investor equity for $680,000, and they can expect to earn an internal rate of return on their money at over 18%. And we're looking for entrepreneur equity, which is $170,000, and they can expect to earn an internal rate of return of over 33% on their money. And we'll go into, in a couple slides, we'll go into how we got those numbers. The first thing the lender should know is that this is a safe and stable investment. We are offering a higher than market average interest rate because we want to partner with the right lender. We don't want to just partner with the lender who will give us the lowest interest rate. We also have taken a position where we want our debt service coverage ratio to be a minimum of 1.35. This ensures that not only will the lender get paid back, but that they will also make more money on each dollar that they've lent us. You can see over the course of the investment, over the 5 years, the debt service coverage ratio will increase each year because our net operating income will also increase each year. So every year that passes, this becomes a safer and safer investment for the lender themselves. The equity investor for this project can expect to contribute 80% of the equity and receive 70% of the cash flows. These cash flows are estimated to start around $37,000 annually and increase up to $54,000 in year 4 and jump to $1.28 million year 5 when we sell the property. The cash on cash returns will increase steadily from 5.5% to 8% over years 1 through 4, and then again make a jump when we sell the property to 188%. As you can see in the table below, we've laid out all the numbers that illustrate how we came up with an internal rate of return for 18.04% for this investor. The entrepreneur, on the other hand, can expect to make a 20% equity investment and receive 30% of the cash flows, which will start at around $16,000, increase up to about $23,000 in year 4, and jump to $550,000 from the sale in year 5. Cash on cash returns for the entrepreneur would increase steadily from 9.5% to 13.7% at the end of year 4 and jump to 323% at the end of year 5 when we sell the property. Again, you can see the numbers we've used, the assumptions we've made to calculate an internal rate of return for 33%. Thank you for viewing our presentation, and we hope to partner with you for this great investment opportunity.